Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie and this is Unity Consciousness. We'll be talking about the energy that is prominent this week, beginning today, the 21st of June, and continuing through the weekend. Before we talk about this week's energy, I do want to talk about yesterday. It was a big day. It was the summer solstice. So yay, summer is here. It looks like everything around me is appreciating summer, and I'm doing much of the same. It's time to set an intention, something that we want to help manifest over the course of the summer months. So take some time and do that if you haven't already done so today. Also, happy birthday, Cancer. The sun moved into Cancer yesterday, which was why we had a summer solstice. And Cancer energy focuses on family, our roots, ancestry. There's patriotism that aligns there as well, but it has a lot to do with our home and domicile, how we feel safe at home, and what security measures do we have in place at home and within our family. Excuse me. Also, it was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and or moms or other caregivers who step in where a father it could not be. So thank you so much for your time and energy being a dad, because that's a very important place and position to have for your children. Jupiter also went retrograde yesterday in Pisces, and as we know, Jupiter expands, and when it's retrograde, it's going to it's going to unravel some of the belief systems that we've had. Again, it's in Pisces, and it also joins Mercury, Saturn, and Pluto that are already retrograde, although Mercury stations tomorrow to go direct. Super excited about that, and we'll talk a little bit more about that next. So anyway, it's joining the other planets that are retrograde, and at that time, and using this energy, realign, as the belief systems begin to break down, realign those belief systems with the vision of your future, whatever you see yourself doing that has spiritual meaning. That will bode well for you at this time. As I mentioned, tomorrow Mercury goes stationary direct. It does not come out of shadow until I believe it's the 6th or 7th of July. So we will begin to see things move forward. However, it will not be, Mercury will not be moving at its regular speed until that time. We've got the green light for contracts and a few other things. If you can hold off, please do, but if not, feel free to move forward. I always like it when Mercury goes direct, and this Mercury retrograde season was a tough one because it had a lot to do with Gemini energy. We had eclipses, just a lot of energy, a lot going on. So I expect that there'll be some clarity that comes in. I think one of the big words this week is clarity. So much so that there may be a little bit of rude awakenings in the process with the energy that's coming in. But nonetheless, it's always good when a planet starts to go direct again. The energy of the planet is heightened at the time when it changes direction, so it's important to note that not only is Mercury going to be a strong energy this week, or the energy that surrounds Mercury, but also Jupiter, because it's going retrograde as well. So any communication issues, speaking, hopefully today I can deliver the message without a bunch of oohs and ahs or missteps, because we do have Mercury going direct, so that will help me deliver my message with the utmost clarity. There's more of that clarity coming in. A little less muddled, if you will, communication, transportation, anything that Mercury stands for. So it's also going to allow us, we have this Mercury retrograde has really shown us some things that we need to align with, some changes that we can make, patterns that may have grown outdated that we need to shift, and some paths that we were on perhaps we need to jump off of. This change in direction of this planet will help us do that as well. Then on Wednesday, which I believe is the 23rd, Jupiter in Pisces forms an alignment with the Sun in Cancer, and this is sweet. It is really, really, really good energy, lots of positivity, lots of hope and luck. However, unlike other energies, you can just kind of sit back and relax and let it all happen. This one you have to harness. You have to actually practice it. You need to engage the energy. So don't be reticent on this day. If you create your own luck, on that day. Go get that lottery ticket, if that's what you're into. Then on Thursday we have a full moon in Capricorn. That is the 24th, and the axis of Capricorn and Cancer, it asks us to balance our family obligations with our everyday obligations. So career, things that you do on a regular basis. Is it a balanced situation? Because Capricorn energy asks us to be very responsible, and it may have us so tied to our work that we're neglecting family. So this full moon is going to bring some things to the forefront that need to be addressed. So pay attention, and as the opportunity arises, please, grab hold of that opportunity to make a change for the better for yourself and for those around you as well. Be mindful, because Cancer is involved here. It's on the other side of the axis, and it is a full moon. It is emotional, so watch emotional outbursts. If you are just taken over by emotion, take a break, step away, gather your thoughts before you just burst with this emotion. Make sure that it is delivered well. We do have Mercury direct, so that is going to help us there. But just be mindful in your communications. I think that will bode well also for you. Now, some of the aspects relative to this full moon is Ceres is still conjunct Uranus and Taurus, and so there could still be some food supply issues, and because Taurus also has to do with oil, gas and oil, so earth, derivatives of earth. There could be some supply chain issues or heightened costs, that sort of thing. Just be mindful of that. Also, Neptune in Pisces goes stationary retrograde on Friday, yet another planet changing directions. So Neptune is everything unknown, everything below the surface, right? And so when it goes retrograde, things are going to be revealed. And like I said, that rude awakenings can be prominent this week. Just, kind of be prepared and roll with it. Go with it, roll with it. Listen for the purpose of hearing. Understand that the secrets that are being revealed are to help you evolve to a higher level of self. And with that, you can use the energy to your advantage. Also, if things start to get a little out of control, connect with your artistic or creative side. Hit up your intuition and just surrender to your higher self. Always know that your higher self has your best interest in mind. So if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed at the time of the full moon, just especially when there's truths that are coming to light, step outside, be creative as you can, and use that watery energy to kind of wash it away from yourself and fall away as it needs to. However, there's going to be a really fun aspect with Jupiter. It is extremely harmonious, and that's going to lead to more epiphanies. Again, we talked about the light being shown this week and a lot of clarity coming in. Well, yep, here's some more of it. So realizations can come to the forefront relatively quickly. Thank you to Jupiter expanding at the time of this full moon. And it could give us a confidence boost. Somebody may be giving you an attaboy. If that's the case, take it and run with it. Just don't get too carried away. But yeah, take it and run with it. Appreciate the fact that someone does appreciate what you are doing for them or what you have done. The time is now to really heal our fears, folks. We've survived this amazingly intense full moon. Eclipse cycle. Full moon was included, but it was eclipse cycle. It was extremely intense, and there were some things brought to the forefront of my sphere of knowing so that I can heal those. So now is the time for us to heal some of those fears so that we can step into our potential. And If you have a fear that comes into this fear of knowing for you, don't let it create anxiety. Don't buy into it. Step into your potential and let your confidence see you through that process. Now on Friday, which is I believe the 25th, Neptune is retrograde in Pisces. We talked about this a little bit. Pure water energy. Pure water energy. Again, secrets being revealed, truths coming to light that it could shake you awake. That rude awakening that I spoke about earlier. Make sure you get lots of rest, and tapping into your intuition could mean just stepping away and be grounded. Put your feet in the earth, put your hands in the earth. That always helps me, being outside, enjoying the beauty, understanding what nature does for me on a regular basis, and appreciating all of that. I want to embody my senses here. Neptune does talk about sensory pleasures, so enjoy things that taste good, feel good, smell good, look good. Appreciate those. That'll get you back grounded again when things seem to be very disappointing. If you have an overinflated idea or an ideal of something, there could be disappointing situations that pop up for you. Just reground yourself. Get outside and maintain a healthy, balanced perspective that comes along. Also this week, Venus is moving around. She's a fast mover anyway, but this week we've got some very positive aspects early in the week when she speaks in harmony with Neptune, but then later in the week there is an opposition to Pluto. So we go from dreamy, escapist kind of thoughts and ideals when it comes to family relations or relations with others, as well as our relation with our money. And then fate pulling us back into reality as the week draws to a close. So the things that you may have seen, felt or believed early on in the week relative to relationships could begin to unravel as the week comes to a close. Also, in relationships, pay attention to what no longer works for you, and if relationships have become unhealthy or imbalanced, this will be brought to the forefront of your mind. You can use the full moon energy to help you make the necessary shifts to kind of get you through those instances of relationship or money woes that come up later in the week. Remember, all of this is for your greater good. Life happens for us, not to us. So with all that said, there's a lot going on this week. A lot of emotional upheaval, I think, with Cancer being involved here, and it's a full moon week, so of course emotions will be heightened. So just be mindful of that, and use that emotion, if you can harness it, to envision your future with clarity. Harness emotion, harnessing it and transitioning it into something that benefits you. Envision a very positive environment that you find yourself in. You can do that pretty readily this week, that's for sure. And then as the Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn and other aspects that we've talked about, you can see some of these three-dimensional systems falling away. Please don't focus on that. Stay away from the news, stay away from the downtrodden word that we hear every single day. Or if it's a relationship, a friend, a family member that's really a negative aspect, you really need to practice healthy detachment. You really don't want to give a lot of energy to what's collapsing. We want to focus on the future. We want to create our reality that is one of unity consciousness. That's most important right now, and the energy this week is ripe for that purpose. Your inner resilience is going to be really strong this week too, with the aspects that are out there, and you can, with the confidence and authority that is provided, you can count your blessings and create that the reality of compassion and gratitude for all that you have be it a beautiful sunny day, or maybe it's rain, because we need rain, the plants need rain, the earth needs rain. So take each moment, break it down, see the blessing in each moment, and appreciate that blessing. This week will be a very, very good week for that. And the retrograde planets, with all the planets going to be moving retrograde, take some time as things begin to kind of slow down, or there's more unraveling that occurs, and appreciate where we're at. Look where we were a year ago, and look where we've come in a year's time. If you take a look relative to unity consciousness and compassion, and being mindful of whether it's gender or race or whatever, the inequalities that were very prominent are beginning to break down. And while we're in the thick of these things, sometimes it does get a little bit overwhelming, but if you take a moment and appreciate where we started, especially in early 2020, and where we're at now, you can see that we've made some quantum leaps forward. And now it's time for us to embody exactly what you want your reality to look like. So the best way to do that is share your love and light and compassion for others. I hear I've got somebody coming up on a bike, so you're not going to be able to hear me. I will let you go. Namaste.